I know it's important for companies to have a union because sometimes you could work a lot or not work 40 hours a week. During like slow season, they're guaranteed to get us 32 hours. So if they're not meeting that standard, we know our union would help us get our 32 hours and make sure they're not trying to cut us down in pay. My name is Bailey Ford. I work here in Knoxville, Iowa at Hormel Foods.
I'm on the stuff and hang line.
I'm a slicer operator.
I've been here for 14 years now.
I've been with the company for 20 years.
For 17 years now.
I will say from experience in a non-union plant, for the same job that I'm doing right now at the moment, I'm making significantly more at Hormel with the union plant than what I was with a non-union plant for the same exact job.
To me, it's the contract, right? It's a set of rules both sides have to play by. In a non-union plant, you just don't have that. If the company decides, we can't afford to pay you the $20 we're gonna pay you $15 or you can go find a job. They can't do that to us.
I definitely do appreciate the union for that. I think a lot of people fail to realize that with the union plant, they are the reason we have the wages that we do have.
The big difference is somebody like me, when I was non-union, if you were in trouble, that was it, it stuck. You got wrote up, you got whatever, you got terminated.
As the employee, it's a feeling of security, right? Like you don't have to worry, if I mess this up, do I have a job? No, you can concentrate on what you're doing instead of the consequences of if you don't get it right. And then you can think about your family, right? Because in the end, that's why we come to work. So you know you're not gonna lose your job, you know, just because you made one mistake.
It kind of caught me by surprise, knowing that if you get fired wrongfully, that you can actually fight it, unlike other companies.
They fired me. I was out of work for 4 weeks. They were just saying like I left because of my kids being sick. Every time I have an issue, I go to my union rep because that's what they're there for. I got that phone call and they're like, you get to come back Monday, and it was just like, thank you, God.
I feel motivated when I see the relief from people when they realize that they're not alone in the situation, right? Like there's someone there to help them.
It's a voice. I mean, it's a community of all workers that can get together and fight for what's right.
The biggest thing is the benefits. The benefits we achieve by gaining and talking and negotiating those in. Our health care is better than a lot of places around here. Our dental eye insurance has been better since we've negotiated them terms and things like that. In fact, I can remember a personal story from, taking my daughter and my son over to the orthodontics in Mason City, and the lady looked at it and said, you guys have the best insurance she's ever seen, and they've been doing this for years. Well, we only get those insurances because unions negotiate those wages and benefits.
Get in the union. Definitely get in the union. Probably the best thing that you could do for yourself.
I'm glad that I am working for a union Hormel company because I'm protected. I will always be fought for, and I can always go to a union rep if I have any issues.
If you have an issue, you don't have to worry about being retaliated against. You have the voice, you have the right to go and speak your mind.
I would say sign the letter, sign the card. The emotional release you will have once you vote in a union and a contract will be unbelievable. This Hormel was my first ever union job, and now I couldn't imagine working without one.